Hello boys and girls, welcome again to our lesson. Today we're going to do another experiment using water. Last time we did an experiment to find out what happened to things when we put it on water. Remember, I have this chart. Some of the things when we put it on water, they float, they dissolve, they sink, they absorb water, they get saggy, or they change the water color, and also they get wet. So today we're going to focus in two of those things. We're going to do sink or float. So here are the vocabulary words that we need for this lesson. We need sink. When objects sink, they go down the water. Okay, they go all the way down. And when objects float, they stay above the water. So our vocabulary words for today are sink and float. And also today we're going to be using two words. That is, one is prediction. We're going to predict if the objects that I have here, they're going to sink or they're going to float. And then we're going to find out, we're going to do the experiment, and then we're going to find out the result. So these are our vocabulary words for this lesson, okay? Sink, float, prediction, and results. For this experiment, we're going to need a bucket with water. See, I wrote the words over here. If the objects float, they're going to be on top here above the water. And if they sink, they're going to go all the way down the bucket. The objects that I have for this lesson, you can do any objects in your house, okay? And only make sure that the objects that you use don't have any batteries, because when we put things with battery in the water, they get damaged, okay? So look, I have a bus, pine cone, I have a little horse, a cute little bottle that I found, a bowl, spoon, tiny little shell, lock, and a marker, okay? So those are the objects that we're gonna test if they sink or float. To do this, I have a chart that I already prepared here. We're gonna be using this chart. It says sink or float. Here are the names of the objects that we're gonna be using, and this is the prediction. We're gonna predict if the objects sink or the objects float. And after we do, we're gonna check the results. Do they sink or float? So to do this, my daughter Amy, she's gonna help me make the predictions. Come on, Amy. So Amy, what do you think is gonna happen to the spoon when I put it in the water?
The spoon. I think the spoon is gonna float.
You think the spoon is gonna float? So I'm gonna check over here. Okay, here goes the spoon in the water. So what happened to the spoon, boys and girls? Did the spoon float or sunk? So the spoon, look over here, the result, it sunk. It went all the way down. Now the next object we have is the marker. What do you think about the marker, Amy?
I think float.
Float. Okay, Amy says the marker is gonna float. And now here goes the marker. Look, boys and girls, what happened to the marker? Marker is above the water. If you can see it over here. So that means that it's floating in the water. It floats. You were right, Amy. The marker float. Okay. Now I have my cute little horse. What do you think the little horse is gonna do?
I think he's gonna sink.
Okay. Here, little horse, jump in the water. Big splash. It went all the way down. So that means, oh, I didn't write it. Sorry, Amy. You said it was going to sink? Okay, and it did. It sank. Now the next one, the ball, the bouncing ball. What is going to happen to the ball?
Float.
It's going to float. Okay, Amy says the ball is going to float. And here goes the ball in the water. Oh, another splash. And look, the water stays up, the ball stays above the water. So it floats. Okay, now the lake.
Float.
You think it's gonna float like the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here it goes. That's your prediction. And here is the luck. This time, look, it went all the way down with the spoon and the horse. So that means the luck sank. Okay, so now the next object that I have is the little bus.
Float.
Float again. Okay, little bus, here you go in the water. Oh, not this time. It went all the way down. So, sorry I didn't write you said float?
Mm-hmm.
And it sank. The next one is the tiny little shell. Sink. Okay, she said it's gonna sink. And here it goes. Let me see, we have more space over here. Yes, you were right. So your prediction was sink and it sank. And the next one we have is the pine cone.
Float.
Float. So Amy says it's gonna float. Okay, now we test, we put it in the water. Okay, and look, the pine cone stays above the water. It's floating in the water. So we're gonna write the results. That is float. The next one is the cute little bottle.
Float.
Float, she says it's gonna float too. Sorry, I didn't write your prediction. And see, it's above the water, so it floats. And the last one we have is a cork. So what is gonna happen to this cork, Amy?
Sink.
She said it's gonna sink, okay? Now it goes in, she said sink, and it floats. Okay, boys and girls, look, when you make an experiment about sink or float, remember you have to predict what is going to happen to the object, and then you write the result. And this is what we did today. We did an experiment on sink or float. So here are the results. The spoon sank, the marker float, the horse sank, the luck sank, the little ball float, the vase sank, the shelf sank, the pine cone float, the bottle float, and the cork float. So, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I see you again soon. Bye-bye. Miss you.